Hello everyone, let me show you something. This is like a report that a company's entire leadership team uses every Monday morning to make decision worth crores of rupees. Now let me show you what this looked like before Power BI. You see, same data, same analyst, but around 2 to 3 hours of work every week just to refresh the numbers. With Power BI, that refresh literally takes like couple of seconds because everything is Power BI is automatic. So, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what is Power BI, why every data professional in 2026 needs to know about it, and how to get it running on your laptop for like free. Hello everyone, I'm Shamali, and this channel is all about how to be a successful data analyst and learning and mastering tools that a data analyst uses on a day-to-day basis. So this video is episode 1 of a complete beginner to intermediate series. So by the end of this series, you'll be able to build dashboards like the one that I just showed you from scratch with real data. But today, we'll start at the very beginning. So this is what we are covering today. What is Power BI and why does everyone keep talking about it? Secondly, Power BI versus Excel and when to use which tool. Then we'll download and install Power BI right now, and finally we'll take a quick look at your very first dashboard in Power BI. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So what is Power BI? Think of it like this way. So in most organizations, data lives in like hundreds of different places. It can be Excel files, databases, software, HR systems, and whatnot. And if the system is well maintained, then the data is dumped into a centralized location. Now, the data which is there in the centralized location, if I am a business user, by looking at the table, I won't be able to understand anything about the data and how the business is going. So that's where a data analyst comes into picture. So what a data analyst do is he grabs all the data from the centralized location, run some transformation, clean the data up, and then finally create a report that a business user can use to derive an insight from it, take decisions that are backed by the relevant data. So Power BI is a tool that handles all three of these steps: connect, transform, and visualize. And once you have set it up once, the whole thing refreshes automatically. So no more copy paste, no more the numbers don't match thing because someone updated something in the database. So to describe Power BI, it's a Microsoft tool, and it's been a number one tool in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for analysis and BI for over a decade now. And in India specifically, Power BI service is like everywhere. It can, consider BFSI, retail, FMCG, ID services. So if you're going for a data analyst or BI role, they'll ask you about this tool. One more thing about Power BI Desktop, it's completely free to download, so you don't need to pay a single rupee to get started. Now, before I go any further, I know what some of you might be thinking. I already know Excel, why do I need another tool? Fair question. Let me be direct with you. So Excel is not going anywhere. You will still use Excel, but Excel was designed for calculations and analysis, whereas Power BI was designed for visualizations, reporting, sharing, security, like these things. They are not competitors, they are actually kind of colleagues. So here is a simple way to think about it. So if you are doing ad hoc analysis, running some quick VLOOKUPs, building one-time model, then Excel is good for you. But if you are building a report that 10-15 peoples will use every week with live data, with some drill downs, some filters, then Power BI is the best tool for you. And here's the kicker. Power BI connects directly to Excel files, so everything you have already built, it doesn't go to waste. Power BI can pick it right up. So the moment you start building reports that more than one person needs to see, that's when you move to Power BI. So with all this theoretical knowledge, let's actually do this. Let's go to the browser and go to powerbi.microsoft.com. So you'll land in this page. I'll paste this link in the description so every one of us will be on the same page. So once you are here, you will immediately see a download button. You select your specific language, and as soon as you click download, the download immediately starts. So till the time it's downloading, it will take a couple of minutes, but there are two options here. One is the way we did it, it's via Microsoft's website. There is one more easier way, and that is what I recommend. It's via Microsoft Store. So if you go to Microsoft Store and search for Power BI, it will show you this application, and since I already have it in my machine, it gives me an option to open this application. But if you don't have Power BI desktop installed in your machine, you'll get an option to download this application. Now there is one advantage of using Microsoft Store over a website version. Every month Microsoft launches a few updates that can be bug fixes, new features, preview features, and lot many other things. If you have downloaded your Power BI via Microsoft Store, then it updates automatically. So which means you'll always be on the latest version without having to manually re-download it. And on the other hand, if you have downloaded it from website version, then every month you have to download the update and then reopen your Power BI file to fetch the latest updated version. So before I show you your first dashboard, I want to make sure you understand why this matters. So with three examples, you'll actually recognize what I'm saying. So first one, suppose you are a data analyst at some retail company, and every Monday your manager sends a message that he wants to look at the weekly numbers. And the report that you have created, it's pulling data from three different places. So every Monday, if you have to fetch this data from three different places, format it, send the screenshot, so it's a very long process and very time consuming plus irritating process. So with Power BI, that dashboard lives in a link. So your manager literally has to refresh the link, and he'll see the live numbers without messaging you at once. A second real world example I can give you is, suppose you are a finance professional at let's say NBFC. So every quarter you produce like 40 odd slides of PowerPoint to which gives you some financial metrics. So you copy the numbers from Excel, paste them it, then format it, and then some updates in the source data, then you have to redo it. So again, this is not absolutely not an interesting process at all. So Power BI connects directly to your source, updates the data, and the dashboard updates, and no PowerPoint thing copy pasting that you have to do. Lastly, this is an important, and I think most of you can relate to it. Suppose you are applying for a data analyst or a BI developer role, and the job description, it literally says that Power BI is preferred. And suppose you have it and the other candidate doesn't, then you know that's how that's going to look like in your resume. So that's why in 2026 it's actually a great time to learn Power BI, because the tool has matured, lot many automations, lot many things have come into picture. Because of that, the job market actually demands it, and that's why it's really important that you start right now so that you can master the tool with time. Okay, so our Power BI desktop is open. I'm not going to teach you every single button today. That's for the next episodes. But I want you to get comfortable with the screen so it doesn't feel overwhelming. So there are 5 views on the left sidebar. First one is report view. This is the place where you'll create all your visualizations. So you'll spend most of your time in the report view. Then there is a table view where you'll see the raw data that you have imported in your Power BI file. Currently we don't have anything, so it doesn't show anything. Then there is a model view. So if there are more more than one tables in the file and that you have to connect, then this view will show you your data model and the relationships. Then there is a DAX query view and TMDL view. These two we are not going to touch these two options for some time, but to describe these are basically to improve the efficiency of the development, plus to create efficient calculations that so that the Power BI report runs smoothly. Now what we'll do is I'm going to load a sample data set into this Power BI. So what you have to do is, there is an option here which says connect to data from multiple sources. So here you will see all the different data sources that are available within Power BI. There are more. So if we click on more, we'll see an entire list. So what we'll do, we'll select Excel workbook and click on connect. So what it's going to do is it's going to give you a window to select the file that you want to connect to your Power BI file. So I'll click on connect and load the data into the Power BI file. Okay, so after selecting the data file, it's giving me a preview of the file. So either I can load this data or transform data. So we'll look at it in details, but basically transform data is used when you have to clean the data up, you have to do some transformations. We are not going to do it right now, so I'll just load this data. It first syncs the schema of the data and then start loading the rows from your Excel file. So there are 8,000 rows. The table it's available in the data pane. And if we go to table view, we see this e-commerce sales here. Now let's do one thing. Let's create a simple bar chart just to give you the taste of how it works. So I have clicked on this stacked column chart. So it created me a blank bar chart for now. So what I'll do is I'll add sales. It automatically detects that it's a dimension, so it goes to y-axis, and on x-axis say region. It's a categorical column, so it goes to x-axis, and that's how you can create your first visual. So that's a wrap on episode 1. So you know now what Power BI is, why it matters in 2026, and you have it installed and running on your machine. In second episode, we'll do a complete interface tour, every single panel, every single button that you actually need to know, and all 3 places where beginners get completely lost within the first 10 minutes. So that is going to drop next week. So if this was useful, and I hope it was, hit subscribe. This series is completely free and it's going to take you from zero to building dashboards that you can put on your resume. And I'm dropping a new episode every week. So the dataset I used today, it's in the description. Download it, load it into Power BI and try dragging a few more fields onto the canvas and see what happens. So consider that's your homework. So see you in episode 2. Bye-bye.